Bono left channel and disconnected. Bono connected and entered channel.
Ready. Ed.
Bono left channel and disconnected.
In this video, I'll show you how to set up and manage
Bono connected and entered channel.
Eddie there.
Bono connected and entered channel.
Eddie there.
Bono connected and entered channel.
Eddie there.
Bono connected and entered channel.
Eddie there. Eddie there. Eddie there.
Channel. Oh no. I can't hear you.
Eddie there. Eddie there. Yeah. Eddie there. You there? Yeah. Eddie there. Yeah, I can't see what. Eddie there. Can't see. Eddie there.
Oh no.
Eddie there. Eddie there.
Connected.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to go through and check and make sure everything's ready to roll.
Okay.
Are you on the live stream?
Yeah. I can't really see it because my no glasses.
That's okay.
What game you playing first?
It actually plays them simultaneously.
Oh.
I can see that I need to get the schedule in. So there is the schedule. So we have DeGrom going for the Burrs in game 1. And he is facing the short bus. Let's see who
He's in the town of Bartonville is ready.
Bartonville. They're sitting on the edge of their seats waiting for this big game, this big matchup where we're going to see Jacob DeGrom go up against Chris Sale.
What's your prediction?
Oh my gosh. That's tough. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't know. DeGrom matches up really well against the short bus, and Chris Sale's really good against about everyone. So I'm going to say Burrs 3-2. What do you think, Pat?
Can Jim hear me?
If he watches this at some point, he will.
I'll say 3-3.
If he watches this at some point, he will. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Mute that. Prediction pain. Okay, so now Jim actually is in the chat room. We have 3 of us.
Oh, he says he can hear me. Yeah.
All right. All right, so are you able to type into the chat?
Me?
Yeah. Or are you just listening on this?
I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody else is watching. All right, well, cool. So, Jim, I want you to take a look at your lineup. You're going against Chris Sale. Make sure I've got everything right. There it is. And let's see, Chris is starting Mikolas. I am starting Lance McCullers.
I was really hoping for the no-hitter last night against the Cardinals.
Yeah. Did they pull him right after he gave up the hit?
Yeah.
And let's see, the short bus, Chris Sale. All right, looks good. It looks like we're all set up. And there is the matchup for game 1. Postseason, box scores, Spaceman Rottens versus Burrs Short Bus. Okay, game 1. When we are off. And there's only 3 people watching. and one of them's me. So someone else is watching. Maybe Chris. We know Jim is, and Pat, you're not. So
I'm watching.
Jim is stocked up on chew. We're ready to do this. Let's do it. All right.
Probably Shane or Hank.
Refresh my memory here. Let's see, how do I do this? Through the end of this day. Yeah, that's it. We just want to do today's games. Boom. There it goes. Wow. Burrs win 8-2. Let's look at that box score. There it is. Sail through well is the bullpen that came in and wet the bed.
I can't see what happened.
Can you see that box score?
I can, but just when I'm on my phone and I don't have my glasses.
It's too small.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So I could win the whole thing and you could lie to me.
Well, you lost your first game, Pat, so I'm sorry to report. And the Rottens win game 1, 8-7. Oh, wow. They hit 5 home runs. Well, that feels good. I'm not going to lie. Jim says it's good if his bullpen does not pitch, and DeGrom made that happen today with 15
It's even better if Jim
strikeouts.
doesn't. It's even better if Jim doesn't text little comments.
It's better if he doesn't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's game 1. So
Nice.
let's see, game 2. I don't really need to look at anything. I think we're all set up. Let's see if
I was kidding, Jim.
so. I wonder, do we just need to roll with it, or does Chris know? Jim, do you know? Have you talked to Chris? Because we can crank these out pretty quickly if we need to, but I don't want to. Not today.
The short bus watching.
Good question. The delay is causing us to talk to Villar early this morning. But not Feld. Alright.
Does Villar care? Did he just want to know how he does, or does he need to know after every game?
Jim says we're good to go for game 2.
All right. I saw that. Ed can confirm his text, so if any complaints are lodged,
Yep.
it's all on Jim.
It's all on Jim. Executive decision. I like it. No response from Feld. Well, there's 3 people watching right now, and one's typing, and the other one's talking to me. So I feel like we should just roll.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Game 2.
Hey, they had every opportunity to get on this.
Yep. So game 2. Let's look at the matchups. I'm not in a huge hurry here, so how do I do that? There we go. The spacemen for game 2 have Clay Buckholes on the hill versus the Rottens are throwing Jeremy Hellickson. Nice pickup in like the 6th round this year.
Yeah, I wanted him.
The Burrs are going to have Max Scherzer, I believe. Tell me, Jim, if that's not correct. And
I traded.
I have a feeling that Scherzer might end up getting traded in the offseason. I don't know. I have a feeling on this. Scherzer, yes, against Trevor Bauer. Here it is, Jim. Is he a nemesis or is he an old pal? Let's find out. All right, let's do it. Autoplay through the end of today. Here it is. Here we go. Game 2. Spaceman 5-2. Short bus. Oh my gosh, short bus had a pretty good day offensively. Short bus 16-4. Wow.
Ouch.
There's your box score, Jim. Sorry. Yeah, ouch. Owie. The short bus hit 7 home runs. Wow. Is Scherzer okay? I deal him, Jim. I would.
Yeah, he knew he was getting traded, so
he was listening to the announcers ahead of time. Yeah. And Buckles threw great. Who was it that said prediction Ed will? Okay, thanks, Jim.
Jim.
But Otani
Sure.
hit a pinch hit home run.
Scherzer's on the block.
There it is. Yeah. Okay. So that's game 2. Ties it up. Wrong again. Alright. So we move to game 3.
Those were in your park and Jim's, or Pilar's park, right?
Yes. Yeah. So game 3, pitching matchups. Carlos Carrasco.
Traded.
But it's just Trader Chris here, so. Against Brad Keller, surprise. Jim has Mike Clevenger. Yes, there will be a day of rest mixed in. That's automatic, and I'll show you how that works too. Let's see, short bus. Short bus have Jack Flaherty pitching.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Alright. So those are the matchups. Scheduled. So, Jim. Oh, everyone's going to be right back. Well, I'll wait to play the games then. Chris, welcome. We currently, Chris, you and I are... actually, I'll just show you the box scores. Game 1. If you can see this. Game 1 went to the Rottens, 8-7.
Okay, what happened?
Chris joined us, so... I was just going through the box scores with him. I don't know if he can see him. If you can see him, Chris, let me know. So that was game 1 box score. Game 2, you bounced back and behind Clay Buckles, 8 innings, 1 run. You won. Can't see them. Can you... They should be on the stream right now, the box scores. Do you not see the stream? Too small. Okay. Well, yeah, so 5-2 was game 2, Chris. You won. So, and Jim is back now. So, Jim, you were asking about the day of rest. So here's how that works. I'm holding blind. So the games are scheduled in the scheduler. And that's what this looks like. So here's all the games, and they're just all based on dates. So the last regular season game was the 30th. Then the first postseason games were the 5th. The second games were the 6th. Then you see there's no game on the 7th. And so on the schedule here, here's the 5th games, 6th games, 7th, no games scheduled. I don't know if you can see any of this, Jim. And then for the 8th, there are games scheduled once again. So the schedule we're looking at on this screen is based on the schedule I showed you on the previous screen. Nope, no game 3 yet. We are just about to play it. So Chris, just verifying, you have scheduled for game 3 Carlos Carrasco. So if you want to make a change, we can do that. I assume you just want to roll. Yeah. CC, yes. Okay. And I assume that's yes on hearing audio as well. So, alright, here we go. Jim, are you ready?
What was CC? CC Maloney?
It could be, or it could be Carlos Carrasco. Alright.
Oh.
Alright, then we're going to roll. Here we go. This is game 3 of the first round of the playoffs through the end of the day. And the Rottens win 3-2 in a nail biter. Burrs win 7-5. Here's your box score, Jim. Jim, are you able to see these box scores? Are you on a screen that's large enough?
He said he was at work.
Yeah. Because Chris can't see anything, Pat can't see anything. Getting old is great. Alright.
Yeah.
So Clevenger threw well enough to win. Didn't throw great. So you can't see any of this, Pat? The box scores or anything?
Nah, just on my. I can see him there. I just don't have any glasses, so I'm screwed.
Yeah. And sounds like Chris is in the same boat. And then 3-2, Brad Keller throws. And of course, look at that, Kimbrel. Art imitating life. He got the save, but he gave up a home run in the 9th. I'll be glad to be rid of that guy. Carrasco threw well. 2 unearned runs is all he gave up. Wow. Alright. So that's it. That's game 3. The series right now stand. The Burrs lead 2-1. The Rottens lead 2-1. So we go to game 4. Spaceman. German Marquez scheduled to pitch against Joe Musgrove for the Rottens. The Burrs, they have Reynaldo Lopez queued up against the short buses, Eduardo Rodriguez. Kimbrel equals Mel Rojas. I agree. Staff ace. Alright, so I guess we're not going to hear from Villar or anyone else. So, Jim, Chris, you're both good with that? Chris, you have Marquez, Major Marquez, and Jim has whoever he has. I forget. Ronaldo Lopez. Alright, here we go. Game 4. 2 1-run losses sounds about right. Ready? Chris is ready for another one-run loss. Let's see if the Rottens can deliver. Alright, here we go. Short bus. Defeat the Burrs 9-6. I'm sorry, Chris. 5-2. The Rottens win. We couldn't give you that one runner. There you go, Jim. Box score. Short bus with 4 home runs. Goldschmidt, Turner, Real Muto, and Matt Kemp. Go yard. Go the distance against 2 off Lopez, 2 off Dominguez. Staff ace crapped the bed. Alright. And Chris can't see, but we'll throw this up anyway. 4 people are watching now. Maybe that means Chris. Maybe that's from when Chris joined. We'll see. Anyway, the Rottens got home runs from Crone, Hernandez, Daniel Robertson. And they struck out 15 times. But it was enough to win 5-2. 3 in the 8th for the Rottens. Marquez threw admirably. It only lasted 3 2/3. Never mind. You still there, Pat?
Yeah, I'm watching pitch live right now.
Oh, okay.
He struck out the side in the first inning.
Let's see. All right, so now Rottens are up 3-1. Jim and the short bus. Jim and the short bus are tied at 2 apiece. Let's look at. We should be back to game 1 starters. Spaceman Miles Mikolas scheduled to start against the Rottens. Lance McCullers. And Jim, you are scheduled to start Jacob Big Game DeGrom against Chris Sale, it should be. Let's see, where are they? Yep, Chris Sale. So the series stand 3-1, and Jim 2-2. The man, big man, Jacob DeGrom. All right. Pat, do you have anything to say?
Nope.
Play ball? Anything?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Just to verify, Chris, you don't want to make any changes? Chris? Maybe? Maybe not? I wouldn't think so. It's your game 1 starter, Miklos. Taylor made to pitch well against the Rottens. I should have traded for him. I didn't want to face him in the postseason like this, not twice especially. No changes for Jim. Chris? I wish there was a way we could nudge Chris. Maybe I can nudge him with a text.
There's still 4 people on.
Yeah.
He's probably like coaching third right now.
He is oh, actually the official word is Carrasco is still a spaceman. I stand corrected. I said earlier he's probably been traded, and I am incorrect.
I thought he was gone too. Man, Matt Carpenter takes a lot of strikes.
Alright, game 5. Weird. Chris sent me a picture of... Oh, weird. I didn't see that. That's so strange. I didn't see those messages, Chris. Anyway, so I'll just read it aloud. The Cardinal asshole should be starting for me. So there you have it. All right. So I guess we're good to go then. Chris has given me the virtual thumbs up or the virtual middle finger, whichever. All right, let's do it. Through the end of the day. Spaceman 5-1. Burrs 3-2. Both series move to 3-2. Let's see. Box score Jim. There you go. Wow, another big game out of Jacob DeGrom. Chris Sale, strong 6 innings. But the bullpen just could not hold on. Couldn't do it. And the Spaceman score 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and they prevail with a great outing by Miklas. 8 2/3. Impressive. No homers for Jim. Interesting. Okay. Well, Aaron Judge hit one in the ninth for the Rottens to keep them from being shut out. Alright, so the Rottens lead 3-2. The Burrs lead 3-2. Let's see. Spacemen are queued up with Clay Buckholes. Any predictions on Buckholes second time around, Jim? Rottens have Hellickson on the hill. Burrs will send Max Scherzer out there. A little rough go of it the first time around. Oh, those are regular season. How do I see postseason? 8 runs, 5 earned, and 3 1/3. Ouch. Jim is off the prediction game. He's done. Scherzer against Bauer. Let's see what the rematch looks like. Or he's gone. Alright, Chris, do you have a change? We're ready to do this. Buckholes set to square up against Jeremy Hellickson. And Mad Max Scherzer. No changes from Jim. Chris? Maybe? Maybe? I doubt it, but I just want to be sure. No changes. Oh, Chris is texting me. Huh. Alright, no changes, Chris says. Here we go. Game 6. Through the end of the day. The Spacemen in 14 innings prevail 2-1, and the Short Bus. Both series are going to go 7 games. Music to your
wow.
Music to your ears, Pat. No rest for whoever you're going to face.
Oh, really?
All right, box score. There you go, Jim. Take a look. You hit a home run, Piscotti. Bauer throws pretty well. Mad Max threw better, but he took the loss. 6 2/3, 5 runs allowed. All right, and Chris, let's take a look at this 14-inning mess. Buckles threw well again. So did Hellickson. But Soria lost it on a home run to David Freese. Oh my god. That's painful. Alright. Let's see. So we go to game 7. And let's look at those matchups.
Was anyone nervous?
I'm getting a little stressed now. You know, you're up 3-1, you can't lose, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of baloney. But we'll see what happens. Carrasco for Chris. I assume that is going to stand. Scherzer should be nervous about his future. Send him to Pittsburgh. Let's see. Brad Keller will take the hill for the Rottens. Jim. Mike Clevenger. And the Short Bus with Flaherty. Let me check, make sure Chris is good to go. Chris said no changes game 7. It's Carlos Carrasco. And Jim's made a change. He's going to go with Jeff Clevenger. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'll have to type in some stats real quick. I don't think he qualified, Jim. I think we're going to have to Looks like it's going to have to be Mike Clevenger. Alright, here we go. Game 7. Ready, Jim?
Good luck, man.
Thank you. And through the end of the day. Okay. The short bus squeaks one out in 10 innings, 4-3. There's that box score.
Michael Taylor just went deep.
Bummer. Short bus hit 4 more home runs. Clevenger threw well, but Michael Givens blew it in the 10th with a home run to Mike Trout. Wow. Well, you got beat by a pretty good one there. And you hit 2 home runs at least. And the Rottens will move on with an 11-0 drubbing. 5 home runs. Okay. Sorry, Jim. But taking it to 7 games is still... You're right in there. It was a close series. Keller threw well. He did. He went the route through the shutout. Wow. I'm sorry, Chris. But I'm not that sorry because I'm moving on, so who am I
All right. I'm going to check a few things real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Villar has a good team. There's no doubt. So, do you know, Jim, are there any changes to Villar's team? His rotation's going to have to change because there's only 1 day off between Game 7 and the next series. So, let me get the postseason arranged. Lee, Buck, postseason, Rottens. If Jim, do you think you could text him while I get the next round set up? That would be awesome. Understand if you can't. Let's see, I think that's good. Yeah, we're gonna need, let me take a look here. What we're gonna need is, I don't think he's gonna be able to start Sale Game 1, which is what he probably is hoping. Oh, actually, he could start Sale Game 1, it looks like. So if he wants, he can just go right to the top of his rotation. I assume he wants it in the same order against Matt. Okay. Let me see, but he's gonna have to do... Bauer is gonna have to get bumped down. And Rodriguez may have to start Game 2.
Bono left channel and disconnected.
Okay, sounds good. Actually, I need to...
Bono connected and entered channel.
I need to look at my stuff. Alright, Pat, so we're at your park first.
Okay.
And give me a minute, I gotta figure out my rotation.
For you or for me?
For me, because, let's see. Because there's only one day of rest. Okay, thanks, Jim, I see that. It's gonna be a minute anyway, because we have to figure out. And I don't know, Pat, if you're gonna want to make changes.
Yeah, I'm going to change my rotation up a little bit.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, Pat, is McCullers for game 1. And then I think Musgrove game 2. I don't really want to do that. I might do Otani game 2. Because let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 at my park. Okay, Rodriguez game 2 is okay. So let me get that set up. So his rotation will go Sale. Will Bauer be good for game 3? I believe so. 14th is an off day. Yeah, Bauer would be good for game 3 then. Pat, do you have changes, Pat?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Alright, Pat, let's get your changes in. Alright,
So,
what do you want your rotation to be? Let's start.
Nola.
Okay, Nola.
Yep. Bueller. Wheeler. Boltonavich. And then Farm Verlander. I'm only going to play with 24. You have to have 25.
No, you can do 24.
And then everything else is the same.
Okay. No lineup changes, nothing like that?
No. I think what Ramirez is still leading off and all that should be from what my last game was, right?
Let's, so right now against righties, you have Ramirez at third, Soto in right, Yelich in center, Cervelli hitting cleanup, catching, Judd Lowry at second, Jesus Aguilar at first base hitting sixth, Brantley at DH, Bogarts at short hitting eighth, and Benintendi in left.
Yep.
Okay. And then against lefties, well, I don't throw any lefties, so
Okay.
we don't need to look at that for now. Now against Matt, you would face only lefties if you face him, and against Villar, you'd see 2. So, all right, and see, we're in your park, so I'm gonna make some lineup changes.
You farmed Verlander, right?
I did farm him. Yes, let me double check. Roster Verlander is in the farm. Yes.
Figured he'd give up some bombs to you.
That's fine. I mean, come on. I mean, this is entertainment. These fans are paying a lot of money for this entertainment here.
We still have 4. We had to.
What's that? I'm sorry.
How many people are on board still?
We're down to 2.
Me and you.
It would appear that way. So I texted Matt to see if he's got anything, but I don't think he has any. He gave me his rotation earlier, so let me check that.
Jim's still watching.
Is he? Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, Freeland, Corbin, Rio. So Matt has. I gotta set this. Save. Aaron Nola, Bueller, Wheeler, Fultonevich, and 4-man rotation. Good. And my lineup. I'm gonna go with my Otani lineup. I can't start Otani game 2. Shit. Let's see, Judge. Let's get Scooter out there. Hernandez.
I know this is jumping the gun, but if Matt and I faced, what did we decide on? Did we decide a coin flip?
Yeah, we'll do a coin flip.
Okay.
And actually what we're going to do is I have a random number generator that I found, and we'll have it on the live stream, and like we'll do something like you pick evens and whatever, and if the number comes up even, then
Okay.
you'd be the home team, and you know.
I probably didn't jinx myself.
I doubt it. Hopefully you did, but you know, we'll see. You know, Pat, I was looking, in the difference in the standings between your team and my team was 6 games, right?
Yeah.
And in the regular season, you were 11-5 against me. So that gap was exactly our head-to-head difference.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, I have my lineup in there. Musgrove. All right, so as it stands right now, let's see. I'm gonna do McCullers game 1.
Yeah, Jim.
Oh, is Jim taking off?
Yeah, he's going back home.
Ah, okay, cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, Jim. And good luck next year. Good luck trading Scherzer. I know he's probably on the road, so it's been a good second run that he's had with you, that's for sure. But you know, it's time for him to move on, I think. Things are a little uncomfortable in Bartonville for Max Scherzer now.
Yeah, he didn't pitch very well.
No. Okay, so there we go. McCullers, Musgrove, Hellickson, and right now I have Heller scheduled for game 4, but I don't know if I'm going to throw him against you or not yet, so we'll see. It'll be either him or Otani. Otani-san. Alright, I'm going to go through these one more time real quick. I have McCullers. Pat, you have Aaron Nola. We checked your lineup. That was good. Matt has Wade Miley. And the short bus is starting. I did have a mistake in here. I'm glad I checked it one more time. Chris Sale for him.
What did you have?
I had it set as it leaves off from the last series where the next starter would have been his number 4 starter.
Yeah.
And I hadn't changed that back up to Sale. You'll be able to see these screens in the live stream later on when it's archived.
Okay.
So, which is kind of cool. But that's kind of partly why I wanted to do this, so people could see the screens and they'd understand hopefully a little bit better about, how the game functions.
Okay.
So, let me check the postseason. All right. Pat, you're the home team. It's set up as a 7-game series. Looks good. Short Bus are playing in New Orleans. 7-game series. That's good. Let me generate the schedule if I didn't already. Maybe I did. I did not. Alright, we need a schedule. Generate League Championship Series. There they are. And there's 1 day of rest. Good. We'll save that. Alright. Well, Pat, it is that time.
Alright, good luck, Ed.
We're at the screen. Good luck, Pat. It's been a good season doing battle with you. We talked about this at one point earlier in the year, and you're like, "Man, I don't know if I can win the division." I was like, "Nah, I think you have the better team." But in a short series, anything can happen. So that's what I'm counting on. All right, here we go. Let's play game 1 through the end of the day. All right. The short bus wins 2-0 over the Voodoo Dogs. And for historical purposes, there is the box score in case anyone's looking. But basically, Chris Sale threw 6 shutout innings, 11 Ks, and then the bullpen did their job. And Wade Miley threw well, 1 run in 5 1/3. Lecoq wins 11-2.
Oh, gee.
Just a beating, an absolute beating. Where do we begin? 15 hits, 5 doubles, 3 home runs. Wow. The beat is on.
Who homered for me?
3 home runs were Jose Ramirez, Christian Yelich, 4 for 5 with 2 doubles and a home run, and Xander Bogaerts, 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and a home run. A lot of extra base hits. Man, you had 15 hits, 8 of them extra bases. The shining moments for the Rottens were they threw out Juan Soto trying to steal. That was it. That was the highlight. Yeah, well, anyway.
Did Nola pitch the whole game or not?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. So Nola threw 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Scott Oberg threw an inning in 2/3. And then Craig Stammen came in and threw 2 perfect innings with 2 Ks. Yep. For me, it was McCullers for 3 2/3, beating. Then TJ McFarland came in, took a beating. He threw 2 2/3, gave up 5 runs. And Zach Britton came in and threw the final inning in 2/3 and only gave up 1 run. So he's our MVP of the game. All right. That's game 1. So, not how I wanted to see it start, but it is what it is.
Only 1 game.
It's only 1 game, yeah. All right, Pat, you have Walker Buehler set up to start.
Yep.
And for me, it's Joe Musgrove. Not the way I wanted this to be going down, but all right. Let's see. The short bus is throwing Eduardo Rodriguez, and the Dogs, Blake Snell. Let me double check, see
I think the dogs will get this one, don't you?
I think that's a pretty good matchup because I don't think Rodriguez is very good against lefties, but
Yeah, I think I'd be surprised if Matt didn't win this one.
yeah. And how do you call game 2, Walker Buehler versus Joe Musgrove?
I don't know if Musgrove split, so
Yeah, he's better against righties.
I got a lot of lefties. So
And you got a lot of lefties, yeah. Well, I'm gonna call it since I know you're hesitant to, but I don't like the Rotten's chance in this one. Unless we've got our hitting socks on today. I don't know. But Walker Buehler's one tough customer. Alright, here we go. You ready to do this?
Yep.
Here we go. Game 2. Ugh. Alright, dogs, as you called it, 9-2. Just Eduardo Rodriguez lasted an inning and 2/3. Then the bullpen came in and threw a bunch of zeros. And then Stanek came in the 8th and got popped for 3 more. Snell threw well for Matt, 5 2/3, 2 runs, and then the bullpen threw zeros. Ed Lecoq put the beat on Joe Musgrove. 5 2/3, 7 runs. The Lecoqs win 10-2. 3 more home runs for Lecoqs. Xander Bogaerts hit 2. He went 2 for 3 with 7 RBIs.
Jesus.
Jose Ramirez popped another one. You know, if you're ever wondering about that trade, and I remember you saying, man, Ramirez sucks for me, but you never know. He might get a big hit in the postseason. And it'll be all worth it. Well, so far he's had 2 big hits. So, yeah, this is Bogaerts, 7 RBIs. Wow.
Yeah, he wasn't very good for me in the regular season, Bogaerts.
Oh, thanks. Jeez, all right. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but in the short series, anything can happen. So,
Yeah.
all right. That is it for game.
Well, this is my pitching drops off drastically, I think, now.
And we go back to a little more friendly hitting. Let's see. I'm going to make a lineup change, Pat. Who do you have starting game 3 again?
I think it's Wheeler, isn't it?
Yep, Wheeler. Okay.
Danny.
I'm going to get Stanton in there. We need a little more Skippy in the lineup. Because, what has Ohtani done for me lately? Oh, he's actually had a pretty good series. Well, anyway, he's going to go sit. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose with old pal. Get Big G out there.
Scherzer's got a no-hitter through 3. Have you been watching that too, or no?
Nah, I don't. I just stream games now, and they don't have the postseason streaming. What's the score?
1-0. He struck out 6 through 3.
Wow.
I think it's great the Cardinals are hitting like crap.
Yeah, they have devil magic, so don't forget about that. They'll bust that out. That's what Chris always tells me. The Cardinal devil magic. Okay. So I'm bringing in Stanton. He's going to hit cleanup. Let's see. Cron. Robertson. Second baseman. Pow. There we go.
Scherzer's one of the few people that still does the wind-up, like takes the hands over the back of the head.
Yeah.
You don't see that hardly at all anymore.
Yeah, it's true. You don't. Wonder why that is.
Do you see that article about Flaherty and his mom?
No.
He was adopted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I guess when he was a freshman in high school, he went over to the Little League field. I guess he had I don't know if it was her actual son or another adopted kid that was probably 4 or 5 years younger than him. And he went over there. He just had like practice or something. Went over there and was complaining. Him and the coach didn't see eye to eye or got into it. He was wanting to quit, and his mom's like, "That's fine, but you got to do 2 things. One, you got to call the coach and tell him you're going to quit. And two, I guess he'd been helping with the Little League team and his younger brother. And you got to go out to all these kids and tell them how big a quitter you are. So he changed his mind and ended up not quitting. And the rest is history, I guess. And then I typed up what his wife looked like, and I was like, he's got to thank his mom for that, too. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, that's funny. Well, he's got to thank mom twice then. Wow. All right, so I have my lineup set. So for me, it's going to be Hellickson. And for you, it shows Zach Wheeler. There he is.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty good. And in the other series, we have, for Matt, Patrick Corbin. And for the bus, Trevor Bauer.
T-Boo.
Okay. So we have, right now, the series. Lecoq is up 2-0 over the Rottens. And Short Bus and Dogs are tied to 1-1. Ready to do this?
Yep.
All right, here we go through the end of the day. And the Short Bus. They pull ahead, 7-6 win. Let's see what we've got here. Corbin through 5. 3 runs, 2 earned. And Adam Conley ended up losing it out of the bullpen. Gave up a home run to somebody. Who was it? Justin Turner. Trevor Bauer, 5 2/3, gave up 6 runs, including 2 home runs. But the bullpen was perfect after that. And the Short Bus with 3 big runs in the 7th win, 7-6. The Rottens pull one out finally, 5-3. Let's see, what do we have here? Zach Wheeler went 6 2/3, 10 Ks, but it was 2 home runs to Ronald Acuna and Daniel Robertson.
How many runs did he give up?
Wheeler gave up 3 runs in 6 2/3, 10 Ks. Then Stammen came in with an inning, 4 hits, 2 runs. And then Oberg threw a third of an inning to close out the game. Hellickson threw 6 innings, gave up 1 run. He beaned a couple guys. Oliver Perez threw 2 perfect innings, and then Strope and Kimbrell each came in and gave up an unearned run each. Weird. So that is game 3. So the series now move to game 4, where the Rottens are down 2-1. Lecoq in a good position. And let's see. Short Bus lead 2-1. Does that sound right? Yeah, Short Bus leads 2-1.
Yep.
So, big decision. Who do I start? Do I start Brad Keller? Or do I start Otani-san? God, you have all those lefties. You only have 1, 2, 3 righties in your lineup. But you walk a lot, too. Damn you, Pat. Damn you.
I draft a lot of left-handed hitters just because I'm left-handed for some reason.
Yeah.
Doesn't make much sense.
Is your son left-handed?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. You know what? I think I'm going to start... who would you rather face, Pat?
I don't know. It's split stats from either guy.
Well, Keller is kind of like Musgrove. He's better against righties. But Otani is wild. So I know you like that. I can hear you licking your chops. And he's either really... He doesn't give up very many hits, though.
Otani doesn't?
Yeah. I think I'm going to stick with Keller. I think I'm going to roll with Keller this game. I think... No, I'm going to go with Otani.
All right.
Playing a hunch. Alright, so we have Otani going for the Rottens. Fultonevich. Wow, he finished pretty strong for you.
Yeah, that's why I'm throwing him. He pitched pretty good for me.
Nice. I know he kind of got off to a slow start for you.
This gets ugly, though, too, for me.
Let's see, so game 4, the short bus have Flaherty on the hill. And it's against Yunjin Ryu. Alright. View scheduled. Alright, so Lecoq leading 2-1. Short bus leading 2-1. Game 4.
Jim's back.
Nice. Welcome back, Jim. Oh, Sherry. Otani. That's funny. So, let's see, we'll say this short bus. Alright, so Villar's in the room now also. Jason, do you have any changes you want to make? It's Jack Flaherty. Let me bring this up. I wasn't even watching that. Here we are. Jack Flaherty. Any changes, Pat?
Nope, I'm good.
Alright. I'm good. You're good. Okay. So, oh, he can hear it. Alright, cool. You good, Jason? You want to roll with Flaherty? I mean, you really don't have any other choices. I guess you could. Just before I run this, I want to make sure that Jason is good. I'm afraid to look. Yeah. Alright. Game 4. Haven't heard anything, so I guess we're good to go.
I'm good.
Alright, here we go. Through the end of the day. Lecoq wins 7-3. Short bus win 5-4. Let's look at box scores. So, we have Jack Flaherty. Pitch is good enough for over 5 innings. Then the bullpen throws zeros. Well, it's just a close game. And this one wasn't. Otani, subpar. But 5 innings, 4 runs. 3 home runs allowed. Fultonevich throws great. 6 1/3 innings, 1 run. Doolittle comes in, gives up a run in 2/3. Will Smith, a run in an inning and a third, but 7 big runs. That was enough to do it. 3 home runs for you, Pat. You had Jose Ramirez, yet another home run. Christian Yelich, another home run. And guess who? Guess who? Bogarts, another home run. Yeah. But you walked 7 times. That was my concern with Otani. Alright. So, we move to game 5. And we're back to game 1 starters. So Pat, that means for you, Aaron Nola, is scheduled for game 5 against Lance McCullers. And the short bus have Chris Sale going against the Dogs' Wade Miley. There they are. So who is it you wanted to start this game, Pat? You didn't want to start Nola. You're saving him for game 7, right?
I'll stick with him.
You'll stick with him?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're sure?
Thanks, though. Thanks for
I
checking.
mean, I can slow walk this for you. Yeah, so Sale through game 1, Bauer through game 3, so we're on game 5. And so here's your rotation, Jason. Sale, Rodriguez, Bauer, Flaherty. Yeah, no sweat. So yeah, Chris Sale is queued up. Let's see, Chris Sale threw right here. He threw game 1 on the 15th. Actually, I'll take this opportunity, we have a minute, to yeah, there's like about a 5 or 6 second delay from when I click on things and when you see it. So that was Sale's game 1 start, 6 innings, 11 Ks. Excellent. And then game 2, Rodriguez got slapped around. Welcome back, Jim. Game 3, Trevor Bauer didn't pitch well, but the bullpen was great. And then you saw game 4. All right. And now we are to game 5. All right, so what we have right now is the Pete's Lecoq are up 3 games to 1. Short Bus are up 3 games to 1. I think we're ready to go. Oh wait, Pat, you said you wanted to change starters?
No, I'm good.
Oh no, you said you're good. Okay, I was just checking. I didn't want any mistakes made here. No regret or remorse on your part. So here we go. Let's click this. Let's play this game. And we have the Short Bus winning 5-1. And so they advance to the World Series. Chris Sale, another strong 6 innings, 11 Ks, 1 run allowed. And Wade Miley just wasn't up to the task. But congratulations, Jason. The Rottens win 4-3.
Oh.
Aaron Nola threw 7 2/3, gave up 3 runs. And Craig Stammen pitched yet again and got the loss. I don't know what he did wrong, but he did something, gave up a run, and he lost.
ERA.
And then, oh, this is interesting. So going into the 8th, I was leading 3-1, and somebody hit a home run off Craig Kimbrell, imagine that, to tie the game. But in the bottom of the 9th, Crone lined a single to center, Kiermaier grounded to third, forcing Crone out at third, Kiermaier to first, Daniel Robertson flied out to right, Ohtani pinch hitting for Robinson Chirinos. Kiermaier stole second, Ohtani intentionally walked, Correa lined a single to shallow left, Kiermaier scored. Crowd goes crazy.
What's Stammen's ERA this series?
6.75.
Nice.
But for crying out loud, he's like pitched every game.
I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, I don't either. Alright, let's see. So we have a day off, and then now we go back to your park, Pat. So I'm gonna change my lineup for your park. Ohtani-san is gonna get back in that lineup, because Stanton has been doing nothing, I think. Oh, actually he did pretty good. But he's still gonna go sit on the bench. Where is that? There it is. Alright. I'm gonna do this real quick, Pat, and then do you have any changes you want to make?
No,
Just gonna
just tell Stammen to sit this one out.
You want me to send him down?
Just to tell him to
Just scold him. Just don't pitch.
stay at the hotel.
Okay, Acuna, Judge, Scooter. Get Scooter out there. Peace. Judge, Scooter.
Why does Ozuna wear that armband like that?
Oh, is he up right now?
Nah, he just that bright yellow one.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of Flaherty's wife after this is over.
Okay. Third base. Bregman goes to shortstop. What are we still missing? Oh, yeah. Second base. Sounds like you're a big fan, Pat.
I just.
Alright, let's look at these pitchers. No changes. Alright, so I have Joe Musgrove scheduled to pitch. Well, I guess that's who I have. That's who's going to start. And Pat, you are starting.
Bueller.
Bueller. Alright. God, Musgrove, this is painful. I might as well just, like, forfeit the game, it seems like. Oh well, fuck it. Alright, here we go, Pat. Game 6.
Ready.
Lecoq leading 3-2. You're ready. I'm ready. Let's play it. And Lecoq advances to the World Series.
What was the score?
6-2. Joe
Did
Musgrove. What's up?
Did Stammen pitch?
No, he didn't. He stayed in the hotel.
Nice.
Walker Buehler threw 7 1/3, 2 runs. No walks, 8 Ks. 1 home run allowed to Ohtani. Yes. And then Doolittle came in, threw an inning and a third. Nothing. Then Eric Holder, came in and threw the last 1/3. For the Rottens, well, Joe Musgrove. Well, he went 7 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs. Didn't walk anybody, so there's that.
Any homers?
Let's see, you hit 2 home runs. Aguilar and Benintendi.
Okay.
Bogarts hit another double. And Ramirez we held hitless. Woo! Although, so I say that it seems like Ramirez was a pain in the rear, but he only hit 125 in the series. So, let me set this up. Think about your changes, Jason. Yeah, Pat versus Jason for the title. Here we go.
My park, right?
Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, it'll be in your park. Because you have a better record. Oops, I need organizer. Let's see. Second. There we go. I think that sets that. So we have Lecoq against the short bus for the World Series. Let's see. So Jason.
I'm going to keep everything the same. Are we going to be able to start our game 1 guys or no?
Well, there's one day of rest in between the end of that series and the next series. Now for Jason, that mean, but there's also we didn't play game 7. Let me bring up the schedule and see what this looks like. So the last date that Jason played was the 20th, and generate championship series. The first game of the World Series is the 26th. So that means, Jason, you can pretty much set your rotation however you want it. Pat, we last played on the 22nd. And the World Series starts on the 26th. So let's take a look. View. Alright, Pat, so the World Series starts the 26th. So Pat, you could start Aaron Nola first.
Okay.
I think you can just roll with your rotation as it is, because that means game 2 will be on the 27th, and Bueller threw on the 22nd, so that would be 5 days later. And your other 2 starters haven't thrown in a while, so they can go whatever. Or if you want to do Verlander.
No, I'm going to leave it how it is.
Okay, so you want to have Nola start game 1, presumably?
Yeah.
Okay.
Double check Bueller game 2, make sure he's on full rest. But
Okay, so yeah, remind me after game 1 to check that. I will like too, but just to make sure.
Nola's good to go though for sure, right?
Yeah, because he lasts through the 20th.
And this is the 26th, okay.
Yeah, it's the 26th, so he's definitely good to go. Jason, you threw Sale on the 20th, so yeah, Jason, you could start your rotation right at the top if you want to. I don't know if Jason's watching anymore. I mean, I assume he's going to want to start, but he can move around. Like if he wants Bauer second or whatever, he can move those guys around. We'll wait to see. Any lineup changes, Pat?
No. Yeah, I thought about Verlander, but I was just like, he just gives up too many homers. He's king of like the 5 earned run, 10 strikeout game.
Waiting to see if we get anything from Jason regarding.
Do you have any predictions for the series?
This is going to be a good series. Chris Sale is one tough hombre. If you beat Chris Sale, I think you're in pretty good shape. I assume he's going to want to do Bauer game 2 and Flaherty game 3. Both those guys were pretty good for him this year. Well, Bauer's just tough. I mean, yeah, he's real good. Let's look at his combined stats for the year. 16.
His bullpen pitched really well, but were they good during the regular season too, or not?
Let me take a look. Yeah, his bullpen was solid. But none of them had, well, I take it back. Tony Sipp's ERA was 293. Cishek 301. Hughes, J 304. Fields 328. Minter 333. They were solid. I mean, there wasn't a bad one. There wasn't a great one in the bunch.
Yeah.
Cedeno was the worst one, and David Hernandez. They were over 4 ERAs, but they know, they're so low in his priority of pitching. I don't think that any of those guys really appeared against Matt. But Chris Sale, that's the big roadblock. He was 18-7, 267. Bauer had a 3.89 ERA for him.
That was just 3 and 4 starters.
Flaherty was 4 ERA, and Eduardo Rodriguez was a 5 ERA. But I assume Rodriguez will be the 4 guy. Still no word from Jason. I don't know if he... Are you watching the stream? Look, it shows that I'm the only one watching it.
I'm watching.
Oh, so you're the only one. I guess it doesn't count me watching it.
Maybe he forfeited.
That could be. The way you manhandled the Rottens, maybe he's just like, I don't know. The one thing, Flaherty might struggle against you because he's kind of wild, and he gives up some homers.
Bauer wasn't wild last year either, was
he? He wasn't wild, no. And he doesn't really give up homers. He's good.
Sale's good, yeah. I mean, my top 2 guys are pretty similar to his, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how your team does against a lefty. I just don't know, because you leave several lefties in there, and that's against Chris Sale. That's tough, because lefties do basically nothing against him. He doesn't walk them. He doesn't really give up extra base hits to him.
Yeah, let me look at my team.
And then Bauer's just freaking good.
Who's in there? Soto and Yelich, right?
Let me take a look at your lineup.
I think those are the only 2 lefties.
Versus lefties, you have Yelich. So your lineup is Zimmerman leading off at DH, Yelich in center field, Aguilar at first, Jerko at short, Merrifield in left, Marte at second, Soto in right, Hicks catching, and Ramirez at third.
Not very intimidating, is it?
Well, Zimmerman's really good, and Aguilar is pretty good. I don't know about the rest of them. I assume Hicks isn't very good. I mean, he's just okay, but he's your catcher.
He hit 267 with a 371 and 459 on base versus lefties for me for the season. What does Cervelli do? Yeah, Cervelli. I don't know why he did so bad.
Marte's weird. His real numbers against lefties are pretty good, but he was pretty bad for you against them.
Yeah, he did terrible.
Arizona's ballpark was pretty offensive, though. Merrifield was really good, both in DMB and in MLB. Jerko was okay for you.
Where's Merrifield batting?
5th.
Why don't you move him to second and move Yelich down? Because where's Soto at?
Soto's 7th.
See, what is Soto? He's probably 782. Brantley's 829. Ramirez. Why do you have Soto bat 9th?
You want Soto to bat 9th?
Yeah.
Okay, so that bumps Hicks.
What do you mean? Wait. Yelich, 78.
Well, so Sale went 6 innings twice against Matt because he strikes out a lot of guys, and his fatigue's. Let me see. And his fatigue is only average. So with all those strikeouts, he's not going to last long. So that might be a factor for you too.
Yeah. Ramirez didn't hit lefties very good, but he did for me for some reason. Who hits fifth? Marte.
Right now, fifth is Merrifield. So right now, it's the way I have it right now. I have Zimmerman, Yelich, Aguilar, Jerko, Merrifield, Marte, Hicks, Ramirez, Soto.
Put Merrifield second and put Yelich in front of Hicks. And then, I don't know, what's Soto, eighth?
So right now, I have Zimmerman, Merrifield, Aguilar, Jerko, Marte, Yelich, Hicks, Ramirez, Soto.
Okay. That sound like a winner. Not really.
I don't know. I mean, just Chris Sale's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope no.
There's two ways to look at it, and that is put your lineup of these guys in that you would want to see once that righty comes in out of the bullpen. So in that sense, then maybe leave Yelich and Soto up in the lineup, or try to hammer Chris Sale. In which case, like the lineup you have now is probably better for that.
A lot of those platoon guys, so when the righty comes in.
Like who comes in for Zimmerman when he leaves?
Brantley, and then who's second? Merrifield, so it would be Benintendi. And then Aguilar, and who's fourth?
Aguilar's third right now.
Then who's bats fourth?
Jerko.
And then that would be Bogarts.
So it's pretty unlikely that Sale's going to finish the game. So if you're thinking along those terms, maybe, I don't know, maybe leave Yelich up there.
Okay.
I don't know. It depends on how you want to roll with it. I don't know. I'm torn if it were my team because Chris Sale.
Why don't you put Yelich fourth?
Okay, and then bump everyone else down.
Yeah, so it should be Zimmerman, Merrifield, Aguilar, Yelich.
Jerko.
Yeah.
Marte, Hicks, Ramirez, Soto.
Yeah. That's good.
Want to roll with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're going to also face his other lefty, which is Eduardo Rodriguez. So I don't know if you'll want to go with this lineup or change it, but I mean we can change that. Look at that later, but.
Yeah, what's he like? Have you seen his splits?
Let me look again. I think he's better against righties. He's actually about identical against both sides. So lefties hit 234, 308, 383. Righties 238, 303, 376. I mean, it's almost identical. So, but I assume he's going to be the game 4 starter. I still haven't heard back, seen anything from Jason. Could you text? I don't. Do you have Jason's number? Can you text him and find out if he wants to, what he wants his rotation to be?
Okay.
Because I need to go pee. All right, I'll be right back.
All right, I sent it to him.
Cool, thanks.
Ed.
All right, Pat, have you heard back?
Yep. He said Sale, Bauer, Flaherty, Rodriguez.
Okay. And no lineup changes, right?
I go, you want us to wait? He said, no, go ahead. I said, I'll text you after game one. He's in the other room right now. I was 4-6 against him this year.
Well, good luck, Pat. We have
Yeah,
that set. Your lineup's set. Let me see.
I think I'm gonna lose.
I hope not. We got our division pride to uphold here.
I know.
All right, so I have Aaron Nola queued up, and the short bus has Big Chris Sale, and we are ready to begin. If you're ready.
Yeah, Scherzer's got a no-hitter through 6.
Really? Wow. Man, those Nationals, they're killing it this postseason.
Yeah, it's still only 1-0 though.
Okay, so we are set for game one. You ready, Pat?
I'm ready.
Okay, Aaron Nola, Chris versus Chris Sale. Let's see what happens. Game one. Lecoq, 9-1.
Yes.
Aaron Nola threw 7 innings, 1 run. And the last 2 innings, Scott Oberg threw 2 perfect innings, 2 donuts, 2 walks, but still pretty perfect. Chris Sale, though, 2 2/3, gave up 7 runs, 2 earned. Ouch. A 7-run third. Who made the big error? Who was it? Javi Baez with a huge error that opened the floodgates to a 7-run third.
Pretty good for me.
And then AJ Minter threw 3, gave up 1 run, and then the final 2 1/3, Chavez, 1 run. For you, the stars, the hitting stars, Ryan Zimmerman went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. Jerko 2 for 4, Marte 2 for 3 with a triple and a home run, 3 RBIs, and John Hicks 2 for 4.
Big John Hicks.
John Hicks. All right. That is game one. So, game two, let's go back and look at this. Pete. Okay. Walker Buehler is set up to throw.
Is he full rest?
1, 2, 3, 4. He'll be on full rest. 4 days in between. He lasts through the 22nd. This game is the 27th.
Okay.
That's who you want to go with, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Buehler in the short bus. Trevor Bauer. All right. Ready to do this?
Do it.
Do it. Boom. Oh my. Lecoq pull off another big win. 9-2.
Jesus.
Yeah, the beat is on. Cue up the music. Wow. So Walker Buehler 6 2/3, 2 runs. The last 2 1/3, Craig Stammen came out.
Yes.
He left the hotel. Stammen is in the house. On the other end of things, Trevor Bauer 5 1/3, 6 runs, 6 earned. Chavez 2/3 and a run allowed. Ryan Stanek 1 inning, 2 runs allowed. The hitting stars: Juan Soto 2 for 4 with a double and a home run, 5 RBIs.
Nice.
Christian Yelich 4 for 4 with an RBI, 4 singles and a steal. Aguilar 2 for 5, 2 doubles and a run scored. Bogarts continues 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, a double and a triple. And
Nice.
Benintendi 2 for 4. Trade winds are blowing on Benintendi. That's the rumor, anyway. But we have a postseason to play. We'll worry about that later. Wow, Lecoq takes a commanding 2-0 lead. Commanding. Let's take a look. So, game 3. Are you updating, Jason, or are you just going to do it at the end? Okay. Game 3. Zach Wheeler is scheduled to start for the Lecoqs. And the bus have Jack Flaherty, who evidently has a trophy wife, according to Pat.
She has huge boobs.
Alright, so let's see if Jack Flaherty can keep his attention on this ball game at hand. So sound good for you, Zach Wheeler, Jack Flaherty?
Yeah, I was looking for that photo, but never mind. Go ahead.
Alright, ready to do this?
Do it.
Someone just rejoined the stream.
Who is it?
I don't know. Whoever you are, welcome. Here we go. We're moving on to game 3 with the Lecoq leading the short bus 2-0. Short bus prevail 5-3.
Damn it.
Jack Flaherty, all attention on the ball game, none on the wife. 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. He gave up a home run to either Brantley or Bogarts, I don't know who. Cishek came in. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the short bus went into the 8th with a 2-run lead. In the top of the 8th, Lecoq scored 2 runs to take a 3-2 lead. In the bottom of the 8th, the bus scored 3 off of Sean Doolittle.
Wow.
Doolittle's had a bad postseason for you.
Yeah, he was fucking great for me in the regular season.
Yeah, he didn't pitch well against me, and he's a 27 ERA here. At any rate, we have some air time to fill. Let's go see what happened. Doolittle came in. Marte moved to second. Matt Kemp flied out to center. Kane lined a single to shallow center. Kane then stole second. Trout walked. Flowers came in to pinch hit for Markakis. Flowers lined a single down the right field line. Kane scored. Trout to third. Then Goldschmidt came up and singled to left center. Trout scored. Flowers to third. Flowers scored then, and Goldschmidt moved to second, and Turner went to first on an error by the shortstop, Xander Bogarts. Real Muto flied out to left. That advanced Goldschmidt to third, and the inning ended with a Javi Baez strikeout. So that's what happened. That was the winning inning for the bus. Winning inning. Huh, that's funny. Anyway, we now have a World Series that's 2-1 in favor of the Lecoqs. And
Scherzer just gave up a hit. I think Soto could have caught it, though.
yeah, he'll get yelled at later. He'll get the veteran cold shoulder treatment. Kid, you should have cut, the major league. Let's see. So we're off to game 4.
The Wheeler threw pretty decent, though.
Oh, let me go back and check that. I didn't. Yeah, he must have thrown pretty well. Box score. Wheeler, 7 innings, 2 runs. Yeah, he threw real well.
Okay.
7 innings, 5 hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks.
All right,
We're on to game 4. Short bus are scheduled to start. Eduardo Rodriguez. Pete's the cock. He's going to counter Mike Fultonevich. And there's Justin Verlander way down at the end of the dugout raising his hand. Me coach, me coach. But Pat doesn't even look in his direction. He signals for Fultonevich to take the field. All right. That's the matchup. Any lineup change or anything?
No.
All right. Here we go. Game 4. Boom. In the short bus, take game 4. 11-3.
Ooh. Ouch.
For the short bus, Eduardo Rodriguez was not sharp. He went 4 2/3. He gave up 2 runs, but he walked 5 and struck out 6 and got yanked. Didn't make it to the 5th, so no win for him. Josh Fields came in and vultured the win with an inning and a third. David Hernandez went an inning and 2/3, gave up a run, and then Sip and Cedeno closed it out with zeros. For Lecoq, Fultonevich went 2 1/3, gave up 7 runs. 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third. Didn't get into the third. 2 home runs were hit off of him. One by Mike Trout, a 3-run shot. The other by Matt Carpenter. Oberg then came in, threw a third, nothing. Holder threw 3 1/3 of donuts. Will Smith threw an inning of nothing. Taylor Rogers came in and threw a dreadful 8th, gave up a 4 spot in 1 inning. So
Well, that was your Verlander comment right there, wasn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, don't read into it too much.
Yeah, that was tough decision.
For Kane, or excuse me, for Buss, Kane went 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Trout 1 for 4 with a big 3-run homer. Markakis had 3 hits. Justin Turner had a hit, 3 RBIs. Matt Carpenter 2 for 4 with 2 doubles, and Matt Kemp 3 for 4, 2 runs scored. So this World Series is all tied up, folks.
I'm gonna look at Justin Verlander for me again.
Well, you put him in the minors, I think, didn't you?
I know. I'm just
Oh, okay.
how he pitched for me.
Oh. All right, so we're back to game 1 starters.
He had a 5.02 ERA.
Yeah.
Fultonevich had a 3.74.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I don't know.
I wouldn't second guess that at all. I mean, that's.
I wouldn't have until you said something.
Oh, I was just trying to be funny, actually.
I know. It's okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know who I would start between those two. I'd have to look. I'd have to look at it more closely. Let's see. So we're back to Chris Sale.
Yeah.
And
I need this one bad.
Pete's throwing. Pete motions to Aaron Nola to go get him. Shoot.
Yeah, he's been my horse. Wish I would have won. Been up 3-1. I figured I'd split one of these last two with the 2 guys I got going, but
Yeah. So the World Series tied at 2-2. Chris Sale versus Aaron Nola. You ready for this, Pat?
yes, I'm gonna lose this one too.
You, me, and some rando who's watching this stream is going to see this first. It is a close game. Close game. The short bus prevail, 4-3. Aaron Nola pitched his heart out. He went 8 innings, gave the bullpen the day off, but he gave up a home run to Mike Trout. He gave up a home run to Goldie. Cardinal fans love that guy. 3 spot in the first for the short bus. A run in the third, and then nothing. 3 runs in the 6th for Lecoq. Nola 8 innings, 4 runs. Chris Sale 5 2/3. Not a great outing by Chris Sale either. It was really a game of the bullpen for him. 5 2/3, 3 runs, 3 walked, 10 Ks. But then Minter an inning and a third, nothing. Hernandez a third of an inning, nothing. Cedeno 2/3 of an inning, nothing. And Hughes got the save with 1 inning, 1 hit. That's it.
It's been home teams won every game.
Yep. 87 World Series all over again.
So should be game 7.
The stars of the game: Mike Trout 1 for 4 with a homer. Goldschmidt 1 for 3. Real Muto 2 for 3. RBI, and Matt Carpenter 2 for 2 with a walk. For Lecoq, Zimmerman 2 for 4 with a double. Merrifield 1 for 4 with an RBI. Aguilar 1 for 3 with a run scored. And John Hicks 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
Big John Hicks.
Yeah. Big mountain boy John Hicks. Alright. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look. The short bus are going to send Trevor Bauer to the hill to win this. Try to win this World Series. That's the point we're at right now.
Doolittle's warming up in real life.
Oh, that's funny. So Trevor Bauer versus Walker Buehler.
Yep.
That is who is scheduled. Any changes? Any thoughts? Anything?
No.
Anything?
I'm gonna win this one.
All right. You want me to play it?
Play it.
Play it. And the short
I lost.
bus won the World Series, 5-2.
Shit. All right.
Wow. Walker Buehler went 5 innings, 5 runs, 4 earned. Oberg threw 2 perfects, and Stammen came in and finished out the World Series with a great 2 innings, 1 hit. Well, let's see. Lorenzo Cain was 4 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Justin Turner 2 for 4. Real Muto with a big 2-run homer. Lecoq. Yelich 2 for 4 with an RBI. Bogarts 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. And Benintendi 1 for 3. RBI run scored. And that, friends, puts a wrap on the 2018 HOJO Johnson DMB season. Sorry, Pat.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh well.
I could delete this video and we could just play it over.
That was I already told Florida we won.
Oh, did you? Just kidding. Yeah.
Well, I guess
It was a good season, man. You know, it's interesting, like, if you look at all the individual matchups from this postseason, like, I beat Chris just barely. Alright, I'm going to go look at the team versus team. Actually, I'm going to move this over here so our viewers can see what I'm talking about. Our viewer. So when I played Chris, I was 7-9 against him in the regular season. And then when I played you, I beat Chris, but just barely. It was a close series. I was 5-11 against you, and you kind of whipped my butt. You beat me in 6 games. So that it pretty much followed the regular season matchup. Let's see about Jim and Jason. How did Jim do against Jason?
yeah, I told you I was 4-6 against Lar.
8-8. So that could have fallen either way. And then against Matt, Matt was 9-7 against Jason. So of the teams in his division, Matt struggled most with was the Endorphins for some reason, and the Short Bus. And then Pete against the Short Bus. That was the Short Bus was like your worst case outcome.
Yeah, I probably should have started Verlander like game 3 against him because I didn't know how many home runs he hit in the regular season. A home run hitting team.
He was pretty high. I mean, he wasn't a super big home run hitting team, but let's see, Short Bus. He hit 221. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5th in the league. He had a few. I don't know. I think if I was in that situation, I think I would have started Fultonevich. But yeah, it's always easy to look at it after the fact.
Yeah, I mean he only would have got 1 start anyway, so
Yeah. But
maybe he wins it and then gets 2. I don't know, but
yeah, well, congratulations, Jason. If you were that one person watching, you've now left and you're probably at home celebrating. So, congratulations.
Yeah, I won the first two, then lose 4 in a row.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the first appearance that I've lost, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's take a look at this. Let's see, where is it? The archive. This is Jason's second World Series victory. He won 2009.
He texted me that I beat him the last time we faced each other, so we're 1-1 against each other.
Oh, which year did you play?
Let's see if he said that. He said a few years ago, so I don't know.
Well, let me see. Maybe it was 2014. Season, World Series standings. Yep, it was 2014. Wow, you swept him. You swept him.
His pitchers matched up pretty good against my team, though, I think.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Chris Sale matches up well against everyone's team, but let me see. I think.
Yeah, bud. Yeah, give me like 5 minutes, okay?
So Sale is good. Bauer.
Yeah, I'll grill out for you.
Bauer is better against lefties, so there's that. Flaherty's pretty good against both sides, but he's definitely better against lefties.
And then Rodriguez was split and is a lefty, yeah. So
I think
he's probably the worst guy I could face, probably.
Yeah, your team is definitely better against righties, but both of his righties he threw were slightly better against lefties. With Flaherty, I mean, look, he just no extra base hits.
Yeah.
190 average, 310 slugging. That's barely over a 100 isolated slugging. Whereas versus righties, he gave up 13 home runs, and righties slugged 380 off of him. So, but he was definitely more wild against lefties, but didn't matter. He pitched well. So let's see, his one start, he threw 7 innings, 2 hits. Dang. He had a good team this year. But looking towards next year, Chris Sale crapped the bed. He was awful. Trevor Bauer, definitely not the same. Flaherty, I don't know. I think he's actually better.
Yeah, I haven't looked at his splits.
And Eduardo Rodriguez, I have no clue what he did this year. He might have not pitched, and I wouldn't know the difference. For you next year, looking towards next year, the Pete Lecoq outfit looks pretty interesting. I can't imagine Nola will be back, but I don't know. Buehler, he'll be back, I bet. Wheeler and Fultonevich, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not wearing the Lecoq uniform next year. I'm just saying, there's talk.
Verlander will get a pitch in the postseason next year if there is postseason.
Verlander's just sitting there hanging his head at the end of
He's demanding a trade right now.
So, who do you think will be in the rotation next year?
I have 3 starters. That's it. I have Verlander, Buehler, and Bieber.
Oh, the Biebs. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, he's got some extra base issues too, like Verlander, but my offense is pretty solid.
Yeah, let's look at that for a minute.
It's not like, all the trades aren't there, but
yeah. Well, Soto's good for next year. Yelich is crazy. I don't know what he was doing, but Cervelli's gone. Lowry's probably gone.
Yeah, he didn't even play.
Oh, okay. Aguilar's definitely gone. He was awful.
Yeah.
Brantley is better. Bogarts is better. Benintendi might have played his way off this team, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
he got the axe.
Who else? Jerko's gone. Hicks, I imagine, is gone. But Marte, he's going to see everyday action next year.
Yeah.
You traded Merrifield?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's any other players worth mentioning? Let's see.
I got Gurriel at third,
There he is, Gurriel.
and then I have Rizzo and Hoskins at first,
Nice.
and then I have Brantley and Jose Martinez are my DH platoon, and then Ramos is my catcher against lefties. Yeah, like 350 something, I think. And then I have Winker and Lord's Gurriel. I kept the Gurriel brothers together from Carl.
Sweet.
He's my.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
So I need a third baseman against lefties and a catcher versus righties on my offense, and that's it. And then my pitching.
And any relievers that you're keeping?
No.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. Well, you know, it's interesting. Next year, I think the offense in the league could go up quite a bit because there's more offense in the league. I mean, there's more good hitters, and there just doesn't seem to be any pitchers to stop them. There's no, I don't really see any just really insanely great relievers in the league like we've had the last several years. A lot of competent relievers, but just no real ringers that I can think of offhand. And there really isn't one hammer starter. Glasnow is pretty good, but his fatigue's going to be fair at best. So he'll be like Hellickson for me. He goes a bunch, 5-inning starts. Yeah.
You're talking about starters all throughout the league, that even like keepers, there was nobody that just dominated.
Not that I've seen. Scherzer is good. Let me see. Bring up a few guys here. Scherzer's good, but I don't know his final stats.
Yeah, his on base went up against lefties. I think it was over 300.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. I thought my brother said something about that.
Lefties hit 255 off of him and slugged 446.
Yeah, so that'll be good for my team.
Yeah. Who traded for him?
Jay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think Jen got Eloy in a pick.
Garrett Cole's probably one of the best starters out there, but he's going to have some home run problems. And the home ballpark issue. Houston plays pretty nice to pitchers. Who else?
I'm pissed. I lost.
Glasnow. Glasnow is probably just number-wise the best starter out there. I mean, he just kills lefties. 155, 202, 216.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. But he only averages 5 innings a start, so if he gets a poor fatigue, that's gonna, with all the strikeouts he gets, he's gonna last 4 or 5 innings pretty well.
Yeah. If you looked at, I guess all the trades aren't in, so you don't know what anybody's roster looks like.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but I don't know of a starter out there that really is just really a beast. Let's see. What are these noises I'm hearing?
What's that?
I'm hearing weird noises.
I'm getting ready to fire up the grill.
Oh, okay.
I'm still mad.
You're mad? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you mean you wanted to win that series?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
That would have been my fourth, I think.
Nice.
How many do you have? 4?
Let's look. I've won 3.
Has anybody won 4?
Since 99. Chris has won 3. You've won 3. Brad has won 2.
That was Pilar's second, right?
That was Pilar's second. Jim won the first and the third one. Let's see. Yeah, Eric won 1. Matt won 1. Steve won 1. Adam. That's everyone. Let's see those pictures. You know, we may have a league leader who doesn't have a below 3 ERA next year.
Yeah.
That would not surprise me. Yeah, Glasnow comes up as one of the top starters. Scherzer, number 2. And this is just overall stats. This isn't Clevenger, number 3. This is just this category FIP that I'm looking at because they don't have WOBA on here. But Cole, 4. Jacob deGrom, 5. Charlie Morton, 6.
Yeah, I was trying to get him off Harmony
Yeah, Dave has
a while back.
And then Frankie Montas. He is the best starter that's in the draft, according to this one category, which I don't know if I'd put that much weight in it, but Montas is pretty good.
Yeah, I saw him when I was flipping through the starters.
And
That's a problem.
Luke Weaver is out there.
Jay has him.
Oh, does he?
Yep. So I tried to trade for him about a month ago.
Oh. I didn't see him on his roster.
Yeah, he's on there.
Oh.
Yep. I was ahead of the ball game. I was already thinking for next year.
Yeah, shit, there he is. Yep. So scratch that guy. Yeah, and he was one of the top guys that I thought would be in the draft. Let's see. Let's see who else. Let's see, Weaver, Lance Lynn, but and now it's starting to get pretty scraggly.
I was curious how many starters everybody's keeping.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because there's just not much out there in the draft.
Yeah, and like the only person that's tanking right now is Feld, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because who else?
Well, Jay's got 5 starters, but he's probably like the only one.
Yeah, who does he have? So he got Nola from Chris.
Nola, Scherzer. Did he get Strasburg, or was that a different trade?
So Nola, Scherzer, Weaver. Did he get Strasburg?
Nah, I don't think so. I think that was Carl, maybe.
Because looking...
Did he get Greinke?
He might have.
Maybe that was Carl. I don't know.
Let me take a look here. Look into the message board. Trades. Pat and Jay make a trade.
Yeah, that was for Will Smith.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Stormtroopers Carp. Yep, Strasburg to the Carp for a fistful of draft picks.
Good.
Wow. Yeah, so he has a bunch of starters. But, yeah, anyway, so to my point, there just aren't any starters out there that are well positioned to just stop this. Just avalanche of offense that's coming.
Yeah.
Clevenger is probably one of the best ones in the league.
Jim's got 3 good ones, right? DeGrom, Clevenger. I don't remember who his third one is.
He traded Scherzer. Burrs. Let's see. Who does he have? Archer's no good. Is Chase Anderson very good? I don't know.
Sorry about the dogs.
J-Hap, I don't know. That's probably not who you're thinking of.
No.
Ronaldo Lopez, I think, was terrible. So he might be. Let's see. He traded Scherzer, so I think he's down to DeGrom and Clevenger, and maybe Chase Anderson if he's any good.
So those 3 good guys will be gone in the first round. So everybody will be in the same boat, pretty much.
Yeah. So that makes me even more pleased with that Woodruff trade with Steve.
Yeah, how many starters are you keeping?
That's what I was going to look at. So I'm keeping Woodruff. I think I'm going to keep Keller. Castillo, I have him. I think that's it. So 3 starters.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to, draft a bunch of starters and just mix and match.
Mm-hmm. But bouncing back next year, hopefully Ohtani comes back and pitches well. I'm still on the bubble. I might keep Lance McCullers. I kind of like him as a pitcher.
He hurt this year?
Yeah, he had Tommy John surgery at the very end of 2018. I think right after they got knocked out, I think he pitched out of the bullpen at the end of the season, and then maybe even in the postseason. And then as soon as Houston got knocked out, he went and had it the next day or something like that. So he missed the whole year, but he'll be back in 2020 at the beginning of the year.
That's the guy that every pitch is a slider, right?
It seems like. Yeah,
I like him too.
In his career, he's always been better against lefties, so with all those lefties you keep getting, I have to think down the road here a little
bit. I know, and then I keep drafting him in the minor league draft too. I should learn my lesson from this year probably. Oh well.
Yeah, that's life. All right. Well, it sounds
all
like
right, man.
You got stuff
thanks
going.
For everything you did. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, and it was a good season, good pennant race this year. It was a lot of fun.
All right, man. See you.
Cool. Talk to you. Bye. Thus endeth the stream.